Hi, welcome back to Blog Fix Friday. Blog Fix Friday is where I share a quick tip or trick that will help you make your blogging life easier. So today I wanted to talk about what you should do when you hit publish. So all the tasks that come after that press of the publish, or in my case schedule, and what you should do, and break it down into a little list for you. So the first thing you should do, in my eyes, is recheck it. So check the post. I know you'll have checked it a million times probably if you're anything like me, but I think sometimes you can't see the wood for the trees, and it's only when it's out there that you suddenly read it with fresh eyes and think, oh, there's a typo, I missed it. So it doesn't do you any harm to check it again. Then you might have done this before, but you need to create the graphics for each different social media. Now I'm really naughty about this, and I need to stop being naughty. I need to actually create the graphics at the right dimension for the platform. I just create a pin and then I use the pin on everything, which is really naughty, so you shouldn't do that. So to give it the best chance of looking right on the platform, and maybe even them pushing it up the rank, up the algorithm, whatever, it needs to have the right size graphics. So I'm just going to run down, I've written them down because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But Instagram is 1080 by 1080, and that's best saved as a JPEG. Facebook is 472 by 394, and that's actually best saved as a PNG file. Twitter is 1024 by 512, and that's best as a JPEG. And Pinterest is 735 width by any length, whatever length makes it long and thin ideally. I must admit mine is 600 by 900, but it still gives you the long thin pin kind of image that does better on Pinterest, and that's best saved as a JPEG as well. So on those images, make sure that you have the title of the blog post and also your URL. If the link is broken, people could then still access the post through the URL and find it on your blog if they're really keen to read it. So as soon as I hit publish, I will go and I'll pin the post. That's the first thing I do. So I also pin it, and I'll pin it to loads of different places, all from the last pin. So first of all, I'll pin to my You Baby Mummy blog board. Then I'll go into that blog board, I'll repin it to Brilliant Blogging if that's relevant. I'll go into Brilliant Blogging, where it says see pin here. I'll go into that one, I'll pin it straight away to another one, go into that one. So it's a trail. So I don't pin them all from the first pin, I pin them all from where the last pin is, and then that immediately gives it kind of 10 pins, 10 repins, which boosts it up the algorithm. So that's the top tip, and it doesn't show up because there's a smart feed, it doesn't show up multiple times. So I'll pin that. You can pin it to your own boards, to your group boards, or even into tribes if you're in a tribe. They are really useful for sharing information if you're getting a good one. I'll then share it on Facebook once, so only once, and I might share it in a couple of groups. I should do more of that. I'm really aware that I should do more of that. I normally share it into my private Facebook group, and I might share it on my personal timeline. But there's loads of groups that you can actually share stuff in. Then I'll schedule it on Twitter, and I'll schedule it, I've talked about my scheduling before, but I'll schedule it if it's my personal content, like my blogging posts, it'll go every 8 hours 20 times, and then it'll go, I copy that in Social Oomph and push it out then every 30 hours forever, or 36 hours forever, so it's always got some presence in my Twitter feed. If it's an evergreen post, then I might put it on Instagram. It depends on the client, the post, and which Instagram they want it on. And if I do, I'll put link in bio, because it's been proven that people will click on a link more if you tell them it's there, even though it's obvious. So you then should really respond to the comments that are on that post. So that helps you build community. I'm terribly behind on my commenting at the moment, but that is a really good way to build that community and build that connection and make that post have as many legs as it can have, in terms of how far it then grows. You could add it to your newsletter, so if you're particularly proud of it or it's something that's particularly relevant, in that given time frame for that week, you could highlight it in your newsletter. That'd be a great idea. And I think you should then keep an eye on the post and see how it goes, how many people share it, how many people like it. Respond to the comments on Facebook as well. That helps the algorithm. I have heard that if you respond by not clicking reply but in a fresh comment box and put the person's name in, that it counts as another comment, so it helps even more. Not sure how true that is, but it might be worth trying. And then you could decide to boost it. The last thing is, you could decide, we all know that to some degree now the social networks are pay to play, and I've had good responses and good results by boosting posts. So I boost more often on Facebook than anything else, but I have boosted an Instagram picture on my small account, and I have boosted a pin, I think, but I've definitely boosted a YouTube video, and it made a hell of a lot of difference. But it just comes down to budget, doesn't it? So there are my tips and my step-by-step guide to what you should do after you hit publish. I hope that's been helpful, and I'll be back next Thursday with more life as a professional blogger, as a full-time blogger, and more Blog Fix Friday next Friday. So I hope you'll catch me then. Bye!